friends, it's Julie, and today I'm going to answer a question that was actually asked by one of you, and that is, how do you know if your skincare routine is actually working? This was asked by Shannon E on Facebook, and when I actually put out a post asking, is there anything that I should be talking about in my upcoming videos, I was making a list of different topics that I wanted to cover, so I thought, well, you guys would be a really good resource for wanting to know what you want to see. So thank you very much, Shannon, for the question, and so I'm going to try and answer that to the best of my abilities today. And I'm also going to announce the winner of the giant Celtic Complexion giveaway that was just held. I'm super excited about that. I got an email from the company this morning saying who the winner was, and they've allowed me to announce it. I will hopefully have already contacted you by this point, winner, but if I haven't, then you will hear from me very, very shortly. The winner is Megan Highlands. Congratulations! I hope I am pronouncing your name properly. But you are the winner of the entire Celtic Complexion giveaway. That's, I think it was $385 worth of products. Super amazing giveaway. Incredible products. I'm very jealous of you right now because I've never tried the Celtic Jewel, and that is only one of the 3 different products that you're winning. So yep, I will have contacted you already so that you can give your mailing address to Celtic Complexion so they can send that out right away. And congratulations, I'm so excited for you. I hope you'll let me know if you love the product because I'm very, very, very curious. But yeah, so moving on to this video, thank you Shannon E for your question and for answering my question on Facebook, what you'd like to hear more about. And that's how to know if your skincare routine is working. I did actually, I interviewed a dermatologist last year at some point. I'll put a link to that. It's on my blog, so I'll put a link to that in the description below. But I interviewed a dermatologist asking that exact same question, and I got some really good insight. So I'm going to combine what I learned from him with what I've learned kind of over time myself over the last while to see if I can come up with a helpful answer for you. I think to know if your skincare routine is actually working for you is actually, I would break that down into a number of different parts because for one thing, a skincare routine is made up of a lot of different things. Normally it's not just one product, it's several, but there are also different kinds of reactions and outcomes and things that you're going to be looking for. So it's not really a one answer, like it's more of a multi-step kind of thing. To start, I think that going into understanding whether or not your routine is working, the first thing that you should do is ignore any claims on the product that say something miraculous or wonderful or just overblown claims that basically say that, you know, if you apply this to your face, you will have a clear complexion in 3 days and all your problems are solved and, you know, you'll be a millionaire with a boat. You know, so a lot of products write all these really overblown things on them. I try to take those really lightly. I try not to take them too seriously. I pay attention to what the claims are, but I try not to think, oh, well, if I use that, then in 3 days my skin will be perfect, because that's ridiculous, and nothing is going to make my skin perfect like that. At least nothing that's been discovered so far is going to do that kind of thing. So try to just set the claims aside and have a more realistic expectation for what your skincare can actually do for you. Even the absolute best skincare products that I've tried so far, nothing has actually cleared up my rosacea perfectly because I have some permanent redness, so that's just gonna be there. Even with my light therapy, which is just one of the best things that I've ever tried ever, even then I still have some redness left behind, and I do have to cover that with makeup. It is still fading slowly, in case you want to know how the another update a few months later from my green light therapy experiment. It is still fading, but it's a very slow process, and I don't know how much more it'll fade. I don't know if this is the extent or if it'll keep fading again over the next month or so. So yep, try and have realistic expectations to start, and then start paying attention to some very specific things when it comes to the products that you're trying out, if you want to understand if they're working or not. Kind of on the same vein, don't try and look for a miracle product or think that one ingredient is going to be the be-all and end-all for your skincare. That's not usually the case. I'm currently trying 2 different things, one on the right side of my face and one on the left side of my face. And on the left side of my face, I'm trying rose water and then choke cherry oil, and right now those have been absolutely wonderful. Some of the best skincare I've ever tried, and it's 2 ingredients, but I would still not say that those are miracle ingredients. Everybody should go out and buy them and they're going to solve all your problems. I still have redness, I still, you know, flush from things and all that kind of stuff. It's just that they're great for me, and I love that. So even the best products, they're not going to give you a miracle. They're just going to give you a better experience than others, and some of those experiences are very, very, very good. And the next thing that I would recommend is to choose your skincare routine very carefully and pay a lot of attention to what you're choosing, because you're going to want to be doing this over time and you're going to need to be very consistent with it. So pay attention to the ingredients, make sure that your known triggers aren't in there, make sure that it's something you'll be able to afford to keep up over time so that you can really give it a legitimate test, and make sure that it's something you like. Give it a smell too. Make sure it's a scent. If it's fragranced or not, it's a scent that you can tolerate and that you're going to be able to stick to. And then make sure that it's a routine that doesn't take too much time, or, you know yourself and know what you will or will not keep up with, because if you're only willing to try it a few times, even if it is the best product you've ever tried, if it's too much for you, then it's not going to help you because you're not going to use it. And as an extension of what I was just saying, make sure that once you do choose your routine, stick to it consistently. If you aren't super consistent with your skincare, using it at the same time, the same number of times every single day, then you're not giving it a fair shot. If you use it, if it's a cleanser, for example, and you use it some days just once a day and sometimes 3 times a day, or some days not at all, you use something else, then there's no way for you to know really if it's the best cleanser for you, because you're not really giving it a consistent shot. So consistency is super duper important. And finally, and I think this is the thing that was confirmed the most in my interview with the dermatologist, and that is that you need to be patient and wait for results. And this is the part that I like the least. I would love to have instant results so that I can apply a product to my face and know what it's going to do for me. But the response that my skin has on the first day, a week later, a month later, they're all different. So my skin could actually have a flare-up from something the first few times that I use it, and then it can almost get used to it, and then over time just build and build and build and get better and better results. On the opposite end of the scale, I could try something for the first week and my skin tolerates it beautifully and I think that it's the best thing ever, and then slowly my skin starts to kind of reject it and it gets redder and redder and redder over time, and it just becomes problematic. So according to the dermatologist I talked to, give it at least 3 months to really know if something is working or not. That is something that I have stuck by because I've noticed that over time my skin's reaction to it does change, and by the 3-month point I've kind of got a grasp of what my skin's gonna do with a certain product. So as much as I would love to say 2 weeks or something like that, it's probably 3 months that you're gonna want to wait before you can decide even if it's working or not, if you like it or not. There are some products that you're going to know a little faster than others. For example, a cleanser, you'll know pretty much off the bat whether or not it's going to take off makeup, whether or not it's going to take off all the other products that you put on your face. You'll know certain things. You'll also know whether or not you like the smell. You'll know whether or not it kind of irritates your skin. I find with a cleanser, if it irritates my skin right at the beginning, I generally won't give it time to kind of prove itself over time. If I try a cleanser, I wash my face and it flares up like crazy and it feels burning and tight and horrible, I generally won't give it maybe I'll try it one more time just to give it a shot. But other than that, no, I'm not interested. Cleansers usually, first impressions matter with cleansers. When you use a cleanser, in terms of when you have rosacea prone skin like me, you're gonna look for something creamy or something that isn't foaming, at least, and look for something that will wash away excess oils and dirt and makeup and things like that, but not something that's going to leave your skin feeling stripped. You should never have that squeaky clean feeling on your skin when you have rosacea. You're looking more for a smooth, silky sort of feel, something a little freshened up, and something where you can tell that basically all the excess stuff has been removed, but you need that you don't want all the skin oils removed. You need a protective layer left behind, because that's very, very, very important to your skin health. If you are stripping your skin, you are basically setting yourself up for more problems. If you use an exfoliant, and not all of us can, I personally can. There's one that I can use. It took me a long time to find. It's Celtic Complexion. I don't know where it is right now. It's around here somewhere, but I have a Celtic Complexion one here. I don't use it much in the winter, but I do use it weekly in the summertime. And if you use a an exfoliant, you can usually tell after the first time what your skin's reaction to it is, as long as you've used it properly. Remember that the point to exfoliating isn't to actually, like, it's not like trying to sand your face or something. If you have, you know, patchy areas that are dry, don't try and kind of scrub that off. You're not trying to scrub your face, you're giving it a very, very gentle light massage, and then you're just going to rinse that away. And over time, when you consistently use it, say weekly, it will make a really nice difference. So you're not looking for all of the problems to be cured with your exfoliant after one time. So because of that, you can get a very good first impression from your exfoliant, as in how much did it bug my skin, or did it bug my skin. The one I use from Celtic Complexion, I use it super gently, so over time it does actually keep my skin from getting, you know, buildups of dry skin and things like that. But it also does, I can feel that there is a moisture layer left behind. Even after I wash it, it feels moisturized from using it. So that's something that I find very important about it. So you don't, again, with an exfoliant, you don't want your skin to be scrubbed or stripped or anything like that. It should be a very, very gentle experience, and your skin should not be just radiating redness. A moisturizer and treatment product and things like that, that's where things get a little bit more complicated in my experience. That's where you're really going to want to be patient. Right off the bat, there are things that you can look for in a moisturizer. For example, how quickly did it absorb? A few hours later, did your skin get super dry so it really didn't last? Does it leave your skin feeling really greasy on top? Not just like a little bit of healthy skin oil or something like that, but is it, you know, does it feel like you've buttered your face? And then, you know, has your skin reacted well to it? Has it tolerated it, or did it, you know, flare up and get itchy or dry or reactive in some way? And itchy and dry and reactive isn't always an indicator of a problem, because your skin may become accustomed to it over time, but it can sometimes show you, like, okay, my skin doesn't like this, let's just back off. With treatments especially, but also with moisturizers, I find that that's something you need to keep applying and keep trying and sort of monitor it and kind of get that really super close up in the mirror and have a look and things over time. Does it, you know, I get dry patches in the winter that come along here and stuff. Has using the moisturizer gradually reduced that? You know, has the redness been made worse? Not necessarily better, because a moisturizer or even a treatment, it can't do that right away. Even prescriptions, they won't do that right away. The prescriptions that I've been on have said that I'm going to need to wait a minimum of 8 weeks before I see any benefits at all. That's where it kind of kicks in and starts going. So if a prescription drug is going to take 8 weeks to show any signs of working at all, then you're going to want to give, you know, a moisturizer or an over-the-counter treatment of some kind at least that much time, at least that much of a shot. So basically trying things like moisturizers and skin oils and treatment products and things like that are the most frustrating things, and they are the hardest ones to know whether or not they're working. So if you are going to try a new one, give yourself at least 3 months, you know, 8 weeks, so 2 months to see if it's actually going to do anything at all, so your skin can adapt to it and stuff. And then after that, you've got another month to actually find out, okay, now that it's working, how much is it working? I find that that's the same whether you're working with light therapy. You've seen me take a lot of time with that, whether you're working with, you know, some sort of cream or gel or something like that. I'm testing out this Provent product right now on this side of my face. I'm trying skin oil and rose water on this side of my face. I'm a true guinea pig right now, but I have to wait 3 months before. I mean, I find actually both of them are great right now, but like, you know, with the Provent, for example, I've been using that a really short time, so I really don't know what it will do for me over time. So all I can do is wait and give myself 3 months. So give yourself time. I know that's not all that specific, and I know that the answer you're looking for is probably a little bit more like, oh, well, you know, a miracle has happened. That's how you know if it's working. Everything's great. But it's not really that simple. It's more looking for different specifics to find out, you know, whether or not your skin has accepted something or whether it's actually improving your skin. So I hope this has been super helpful to you. I know this has just kind of been a talking head, me babbling to you through the camera. But I really feel that Shannon was onto something, and that is a really important topic that a lot of us think about, but we kind of wonder if something's working, but we don't really know how to approach it. So, but that would be my take on it, kind of based on what the dermatologist told me, combined with my own experience is. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have extra tips for knowing when a skincare routine is actually working, I hope you'll share them in the comments below. I know that I haven't covered everything. I'm not a skincare expert and I'm not a doctor. I'm just basing this on my own personal experience. So I would love it if you would share your own experiences or your own tips as well, because we can all benefit. I can benefit from what you know, and we can all benefit from what each other knows. If you did like this video and you like topics like this, I hope you'll give this a big thumbs up. If you want me to cover a certain topic in a future video, I hope you'll share that in the comments below as well. As you can see, I do pay attention because I want to talk about topics that you want to hear about. If you do want to see more videos like this, I make new ones every Thursday and Sunday, so I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. And other than that, I will see you next time.